So, should you still take that trip to Mexico? It is the key question on many Canadian families' minds, especially with spring break fast approaching. Let's turn to Martin Firestone with those questions. Martin is a travel insurance broker and the president of Travel Secure Incorporated. Martin, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I think the key question here, the flights are going back. The federal government says exercise a high degree of caution with specific advisories in other places. What is the advice to Canadians?
Well, it's coming back now. All three airlines, or four actually, will be flying down today. So they have to get back all the people from Sunday and Monday that have not left yet. So that's going to cause some backlog. And then the people going down that were supposed to go Monday and now Tuesday, that will be all backlogged a bit. At the end of the day, this is the bottom line. It is a very personal choice of an individual whether they want to still continue. If they bought cancellation and interruption insurance, then of course, because it is a level 3 travel advisory in the Puerto Vallarta area, as an example, to avoid all non-essential travel, then they could actually make a claim and get their money back. If not, there's very little recourse. So that's what's left to the individual to decide.
Okay, we've got questions from a number of viewers this morning, starting with Martha Ross, who asked, should I proceed with my trip to Cancun this coming Friday? Martin, I would note Cancun did not see the level of violence that was seen in places like Puerto Vallarta. Your thoughts on Cancun this Friday?
100% correct. It is not a level 3. It's level 2, which those areas have been that for a long time, to just exercise a high degree of caution. Again, as the earlier discussion was, if it is a all-inclusive resort, then there should be a certain amount of peace of mind that would make someone still feel rather comfortable to go to that place.
Martin, we have a couple of insurance questions, one coming from Remy in Ottawa. Some, if not all, insurance policies, Remy writes, have exclusions for travel into war zones. Jalisco is, I believe, far from that, but are there exclusions that could prevent coverage in situations like this? Do you have an answer to Remy's question?
Yeah, I do. It's actually a great question. If there is a level 3 travel advisory called by our Canadian government, which there is in that Jalisco area, one has to know that if they had not bought the insurance already, they cannot buy it today for a trip in March break and expect to be able to cancel because of unrest or it goes on to another level. It's too late to do that now. On the medical emergency side of things, there will be no claim paid for any claim that they can link to the reason why the travel advisory was called. Hence, if it was war-related or something to that effect, that would be a problem from a medical perspective to have the claim paid.
I wonder if there is something that people need to know in your mind about where they go. So we were speaking to an investigative journalist, and we just played a clip of that. He said, look, if you're in an all-inclusive, probably the Army is going to be deployed around it if you're around Puerto Vallarta. But if you're further afield, if you're in an Airbnb, for instance, you're away from the city center, it might be a slightly greater risk of encountering roadblocks. Do you have thoughts on that, Martin?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the answer is the gated community, for lack of a better word, something that you're in and you choose to stay within those parameters. Once you do get out of there and possibly into an Airbnb or something, that could be a whole different story. So back to his point again, the all-inclusives will still and will be the place to go for many people who are going to Mexico.
Martin, one last question coming our way from Nora, who said, my husband and I planning a trip to Mexico City on March 8th, so they are still a couple of weeks away until their travel, and they plan to stay at a small boutique hotel with a guest house in the city. Do you have thoughts on Mexico City, Martin?
Definitely not in the hot zone, I guess, is what I would call for Mexico City. So again, you've got to keep in touch with the Canadian consulate, watch the government advisories, and of course, if anything changes, then you make a decision then. But at this point, the risk is low compared to what is happening currently in the Puerto Vallarta area.
All right, Martin, I know we'll continue to get more questions. I hope we can come back to you as we do to get some answers for people wondering what they should do following the cartel violence there. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.